I am Glauco from the Pagel Pano channel. Today I will present you how to make a special cream out of coconut meat, which is very good for someone to get rid of nasty pimples. But not only for pimples. The coconut is very rich in active principles and powerful antioxidants. When in touch with this wonderful cream, the skin identifies itself with these wonderful properties, revitalizes itself, and gets a beautiful new texture without pimples. You can safely try this cream and see by yourself what it is about. I now invite you to join me to see how we make this marvelous, entirely natural coconut cream. To produce the coconut cream, we need a blender, a large kitchen strainer, 2 plastic bowls, a pointy knife, a transparent jar, 1 piece of raised coconut seed. First of all, we wash the coconut. Now we open a hole in the shell. We use the knife to scratch the soft eye until the hole is wide enough for the fluid inside the cavity to flow easily out. The water will not be used in our cream. You can use it right now as soft drink. Your health will thank you. With a hammer, without breaking the shell, we go on turning and hammering to get the white meat inside set free from the shell. Now I go on touching the knife between the flesh and the inner wall of the shell, turning and forcing the white flesh to separate from the shell. If you have well hammered the nut, this will be easy done. Now, in order to facilitate the blended job, we cut the meat parts in small pieces. Add half a liter of mineral water into the blender. Do not use tap water. The chlorine would ruin the stability of the cream. Turn on the blender and watch the behavior of the whirling paste. If it seems too thick, add 1/4 liter more to get a smooth and free whirl into the blender jar. Let the blending process run until all the white flesh pieces have been well destroyed and the blender blades have nothing more to cut and they turn smoothly. Pour the content into the strainer set above the plastic bowl. Go on squeezing it against the meshes to make it dry. The dry floor held by the meshes is not used in this cream. In another video, I explain how to use it. The liquid in the bowl is now transferred to the transparent jar. We cover the jar and let it at rest for 3 hours to decant. The decanted will show 3 layers. The coconut flesh cream is the upper layer. Water excess is the middle layer. At the bottom, there is the triturated brownish skin of the coconut white flesh. Now we carefully transfer the jar with its contents to the freezer chamber of the kitchen refrigerator and later remove the cream. Let me show you how it looks like now. You see, well separated. Now we put in the freezer 10 minutes or so for the cream on top layer to get enough firmness, allowing us to easily separate it from the rest. Don't let the water freeze. We only want to get the cream harder. Look, it got harder, but the water is still liquid. Now we transfer the cream from the transparent jar and we'll cut it later. Now the cream has been in the freezer for 2 hours. We use a small blade to separate the cream from the walls of the bowl. We will now cut it smaller. You can cut out the pieces the size of the tip of your finger. If the weather is too warm, store the product in the freezer. Just take a piece from the freezer and use it directly on your skin. If you live where the weather is not so warm, you can store the cream in the lower chamber of your refrigerator. The cream is ready. This one I picked directly from the freezer. Now to use it, I just spread it gently over the pimples and all over my face skin, including my neck. This other piece of cream I've taken from the lower chamber of the refrigerator. It's more creamy. Spread it all over your face. As I've told you before, the cream is good not only to get rid of pimples. You can use it on a daily basis. to make your skin much more hydrated, well-fed, and with a smooth, silky touch. You should use this cream during the night. Before you go to bed, spread it over your skin, over the pimples, over the irritated region, or where you want to hydrate, then go sleep. Next morning, the usual hygiene task, using your usual means, remove the excess of the cream. If you like this video, click like and subscribe this channel to receive our weekly updates. Share with your friends these precious hints. The next video I will tell you about making a rejuvenating and delicious natural juice.